Fine then. Okay. Share my screen. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first class of today of our the Excel course. Right. So yesterday we had our demo session for this particular course, and now from today onwards we start off with our full-fledged classes. Okay. Now, so first we'll start with the very basic intro of, as I mentioned, that Excel application, because the whole curriculum has been designed in such a way so that a beginner can also get whatever like understanding he wants to have, and then also the experienced holders, right? So for an experienced person, this will be, if they want to have a recap, that all good. And for a beginner, from here itself, the session starts off. Okay. Now let's understand in this way that what are the basic fundamental features in Excel we have, and then from here we try to see how this particular application is helpful for our daily usage. Correct. So now this particular workbook, what you're currently looking at. So just understand that this is a called a sample workbook basically. Okay. So Excel Word, so Excel application basically starts off like it comes into the Microsoft package, I would say. So under the Microsoft package, you have like basic features of Excel, like the Excel application, and after that, you can just start off with the starting of here, like just start Excel, and if you just start here Excel and you type Excel, and all your data gets visible over here. Okay, so that's how the basic this application can be started off initially. Now after this, when you open the Excel workbook, the first page where you land up is basically this one. Like imagine this is the basic front, like the first page you will get the moment you open the Excel file, Excel application. After you open this is the place from where Excel will guide you that, okay, do you want a blank workbook? I mean, the fresh workbook to work on. Or do you want a new, like, it will click on new. When you click on new, it will give you a blank workbook, and then with some other related Excel files, like some already customized, files, whatever is having inside Excel. So it starts off from this. The moment you click a blank workbook, it takes you to inside the workbook. Okay. So just click and show it. New blank workbook. This is how it is written. So the first initial place what I want to see of Excel is over on the top. It is written as book 1 Excel. So with this, we understand that book 1 means a workbook. Okay. Now Excel understands the whole Excel file. So suppose this is a whole Excel file, as you can see. This Excel understands in the understanding of a workbook, just like a copy or something, like a book or something. So this is like a workbook. Inside a workbook, we have worksheets. What is worksheets? As you can see, all different these sub sheets. Okay, these are called worksheets. So a workbook contains worksheets, and inside a worksheet, like this is individual worksheets, we have cells. All right. So you have rows, you have columns, you have columns. So after the rows and the columns comes the fundamental understanding of a cell. Okay. So from here, Excel starts from like the basic understanding that workbook, worksheet, rows and columns, your rows and columns, and then a cell. And now this is the fundamental part of Excel. With this, the whole basis of Excel is like standing on. Okay. If you don't have the understanding of cell, what I mean by cell, basically, now if I put an equal to sign and just select this, okay. If I just put a equal to sign and just put equals to B6, you can see there are some dotted lines overlapping this particular cell. Okay. And on the right hand side, where I put the actual equal to sign over here, over here you can see there is a text data, like this is basically written B6. Now this is what is called as cell reference. And based on this, all over Excel applications, you write a formula, you write anything, right? And everything depends on it. All right. So this is a fundamental understanding. Workbook, worksheets, rows and columns, then cells. And from here, it starts on. Okay. Now, if we want to understand that, okay, like, what are the rows, how many rows or something. So as we understood, worksheet, this is a worksheet, and you can see all these are named accordingly. Names are here, all there, like name, range, hyperlinks, and all these things. So these are all your worksheets under the workbook. Now if I want to count that, okay, I can see these A, B, C, D like this, right? All these things. Now if I want to think, okay, how many are there basically? Okay, how many these kind of columns basically are ranging? So for that, if you want to count, so I have done the counting for you. So basically counts, if you talk about, there are 1600 columns count, it can, you can get it. Now, how you can go about it? Just select a particular cell in a column over here and just try to, control shift and right arrow. Okay, can you see extension has been done? Control shift right arrow, just pressing with that, you have reached to the last of it, last of the cell. Why? Because there are no pending data over here. Suppose accidentally if I put some data over here, and if I do the same, control shift in your keyboard, control shift right arrow, I am at this particular cell. So by pressing control shift right arrow in your keyboard, I have reached this because there is a blockade has been done by this B alphabet. Now, if I again press control shift right arrow, I'm reaching C over here because there's another blockade over here. Now, as I know that there are no more data on this particular first row, if I just press control shift right arrow, I will be reaching to the last of the cell. Okay. Now let me quickly show you how. Okay. See, I have reached the last column, okay, which is called as XFD of this particular worksheet. And this is the same format repeated in every Excel worksheets, guys. Under a workbook, worksheet, and the same way. Now let me count how many columns I can see. I can see column count of this very small written, numbers 1, 6, 3, 8, 4. So 16,384 columns are available for you inside a worksheet, guys. For every time when you open a worksheet, this is the this is the exact count you will get. Okay. Now let me check. Let me check. What is the count of rows? What is rows? 1, 2, 3. As we just did over here. B6. That means B is your column. C and 6 is your row. This is how the understanding works. So that is why we need to understand how many rows and columns are there, because based on this only the whole fundamental is dependent. Correct? So B over here is representing your columns by alphabets, and 6 by 6 we are representing the row. Now let me quickly check how many rows are also available for us. Now what will I do? The same way for counting the rows, what I did, control shift right arrow. Until unless there are no blockades, it will directly jump to the last of the cell. If I have to scroll to the right, by scrolling, you will not get over there. You need to do some, like, add some data so that it can jump over there. So if you jump like this, this is the place you will get. Again, you jump back, control. Now I'm not doing the control shift. I'm doing the control right and control left, guys. Okay. Pressing control button, right arrow, you jump to the last column. Again, I want to come back to the first column, control left arrow. And that is how you will be able to jump with the first and the last, until unless there is no blockade, right? Same ways, scroll down. Okay, how am I scrolling down? Either with the help of mouse like this, you can come down like this, or in your keyboard, just with the down arrow, you can come like this. Each pressing will give you one cell jump. Okay. Now, if you imagine if you want to jump quickly, like, fast, you want to jump, press control button, down arrow, you will come to the last row of it. The last row, what is meant by that? What is the number? 10,48,576. That's your last row for Excel. So till here, these many rows are available to you in every worksheet, right? So that's the count for you. Okay. Let me put the comma so that the number is so 10 lakh rows and 16,000 columns available for you every time. Okay. Now, imagine like all these things are available for you, and then there is a question that okay, we like now we understood like okay, this is your application, and after that you showed us the rows and the counts and the fundamental understanding. Okay, this is a worksheet and all that stuff. But if anybody asks you, okay, well, what is the file format we need to work on? Okay, or for that matter, from when Excel started happening in the market, but like when it was launched or something. So over here, quickly you can have a look that Excel dates back from 1985, guys. Okay, the first version was launched for the Macintosh, Apple Macintosh. Okay, the Excel was first released for the Apple Macintosh, and it was not by the Windows, guys. Okay, you can Google it easily. And the first version was launched for the Apple Macintosh in 1985. After that, it was relaunched in 1987, but this time was for the Windows. Okay, this was launched by Windows in 1987. Okay, and after that, it has got so many multiple upgrades. And after this, the format what we are currently dealing with in Excel comes under the XLSX. Okay, prior to 2003, prior to 2007, till that time, like we used to have this 97 to 2003, this format, which is called as .xlx. And then 2007, from starting that, .xls, sx. Okay, this is the format we are currently using. Okay, continued version. This is the version this particular worksheet is also having the same link, guys. Okay, as you can see, all the files. If I want to show, if I select anything over here, so over here basically it gives you the file worksheet. And this one you can see what I was talking about, 97 to 2003. This is the worksheet, and then you have a Microsoft Excel worksheet. Now over here it doesn't show the version on from where it started or something, but this is the basic fundamental format you will get it. Okay, and if you see a Excel worksheet, by default, understand that's your .xlsx. That's the most acceptable currently there in the market. It is there. But if any time if you get this particular format, because sometimes when we work, right, we don't know that what is the format the other person is using, like maybe XLSX or XLS or something like that. So at that point of time, be little worried, cautious about that. Why? Because whenever there is a new launch in Excel, guys, okay, at that point of time, the new feature what Microsoft has launched will be available to you. So currently, based on that understanding, if I show you, currently I am at Microsoft Office Home and Student 2021, guys. Okay. And based on 2021, whatever Microsoft has updated in his Excel application, I am having that. Now imagine if I want to have the latest functions, whatever Microsoft is launching, that I will not be able to get it. Or for that matter, I need to update or get some the license of the Microsoft 365 Office updates or something. So if I get that, then only probably it might get like basically in 21, if Microsoft allows to share some latest features, then only I'll be able to get it. Now, where you basically get all these latest updates, it is under the 365 license version. So anybody, if in office, if anybody is currently using your company laptops, right? You will get that if you go to the account version, you will get that's a 365 Enterprise Edition. It will be written like that. Now, what's the facility for that? You will have a longer list of applications over there. Okay, you will have access and all other applications also added. And any latest update what Microsoft rolls out, you will get it. For example, the latest update what is currently going on in the market is basically the Copilot. On the right hand side over here, instead, so currently I have created a PDF part, as you can see over here. If you are having the enterprise Excel file open in your desktop, you will see there will be a Copilot small icon over there. Now, what is the use of that? Currently, the AI is taking over the industry, right? So why Copilot was launched basically? What is the use of it? Because the Copilot is there, the AI integration, the chat GPT integration has been done in Excel in the backend, guys, for you. Now, to launch that, what you used to do, you need to just click on the auto save if you're in your company laptop. Because until unless if you done the auto save and you are into OneDrive, if your file is not linked to OneDrive, Copilot will not be activated. So to activate that, first you need to click on like auto save. You have to click on like this. You have to click on your auto save feature, and then you can start off with your Copilot. Now Copilot will understand your Excel. So that's a very different place altogether, but that's how you can utilize that feature over there. So that's the beauty of it. So if you have the latest version Excel over there, you will get all the latest updates. Any new feature, any new formula, what Microsoft has launched, you will get it in your Microsoft application. But that's the understanding what I wanted to give you. Based on the licensing, version, everything depends on that. Okay. And quickly, can you guys tell me that who all are here, like having the 365 or the student version over here? Can you just quickly tell me? If anybody wants to tell. Yeah.
I don't have it with me, sir.
Oh, you don't have. So do you have the student version with you?
None. I'm only having it's installed in my PC, the basic one. That's it.
The basic one, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So there you will find that. Okay, go to info and go to account and see what is the version written. Go to
Just
account in that.
Yeah, I'm doing it in a minute.
Yeah, Yogesh, you want to say something? You can unmute yourself and say.
I am having in my official laptop, I am having that Microsoft 365. That's what I just wanted to.
Correct. So every company, whenever they share, they give us the laptops. I mean, already they will have the enterprise version over. So that's why whenever anything rolls out, you will get updated on that particular application. You will see that there will be a pop-up. The 365 update wants to get updated. So the moment you update thing, your interface will have all the updates being done. Any feature, any formula updates, anything, everything will get updated. Anybody else want to share? Like, what is the version or anything we have? Because why I'm saying, guys, because sometimes when in our future classes, when we'll be doing some, like I'll be doing whatever is capable in my particular system based on the 2021 license. So if you are little lower than that, so what will happen? You will not have that particular function basically. So that's the basic understanding of it. Anybody else?
Can I use mobile Excel?
Sorry.
Can I use the mobile Excel? Excel in the mobile.
Mobile.
The gadget.
Mobile version you can, but it will be a little difficult, Manik. Yeah, I mean, over there, I mean, writing a function or something like that, you can use it. I mean, but that's a little difficult.
Yeah,
I mean,
create some list.
yeah, because working in a laptop or a desktop is very different than working in mobiles. But then again, you can practice that. Yeah.
No, this is regular.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you, share you guys, that if you can just have the updated one with you so that you can easily avail the latest features in your particular application. If you are on the older side, okay, another best feature, if you are having the older side also, the VBA sections are also not properly visible, guys. Okay, if you're in the somebody is having the 97 to 2003 version, I think you don't have this particular feature as well. And also you need to activate this. I'll show a couple of minutes how to activate this particular tab. So that's the point I wanted to make. Okay. Now, Another point, just quickly want to reference you out, guys. So whenever, suppose you are dealing with a particular file, okay, so might have heard CSV. Now, what is basically CSV? CSV is basically comma separated value, right? Now, what is the basic difference? Can anybody tell me, like CSV or Excel? Can have a Can you give me a basic understanding? What is the basic difference of CSV and Excel? Anyone?
Not sure, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. So, uh, by the name CSV, we mean by the comma separation of the data. Now, what I mean by that, in the folder, in the folder, if I go to a folder and try to see what is the difference of this separated value, can you see that this is the file size? Can you see this is 1 KB? Anyways, I mean, this is there is no data also. Sorry, one is already created, right? Let's close this. If I just open this particular file, okay. So just now I opened the CSV file for you. Go to this and you will see the file size is 5 bytes, guys. 5 bytes. Okay, this is just 5 bytes. And same ways, if I just open a older version of Excel, guys. Okay, if I just open an older version of 97 to 2003. Okay, nothing is there. See, no sheets, nothing, like first sheet is there, nothing is there. File size, info, 25 KB. Now that's the difference I wanted to show you. Any CSV file is basically captured in Excel, or in its own data set in a comma separate value. I mean, basically your data is not structured like this, like in columns and rows and sheets, nothing. There will be no multiple sheets, nothing. It's a one sheet data where the whole data is segregated by commas. That's all. Okay, that's why it is like comma separated value. Even if you load this Excel file in Power BI, you will see when Power BI accepts the data over there on the top, you will see that the data was segregated based on the commas, and then the data is clubbed into columns and headers or something like that. Okay, if you ever work on Power BI, you will see that also. So now this comma separated value helps us just simply capture the data with the help of some commas and give it to you. Now, if you want to open this in Excel, just double click on it. Excel engine understand, okay, this is a CSV file, but I want to open it in this particular application. It will open it for you. And there will be nothing like, segregation like commas or something, because now the application has been opened in the interface of Excel. That is why you can see it like this. Now, whatever you work on it, you save it, it will be stored like that. Or if you want to just change it, like, save as, just save as, browse anywhere. And if you want to save it over here, see, this is the file format, CSV UTF-8 comma delimited. Now this is the delimiter used, okay, commas based on that. Now from here, if you change it to workbook, do that, click on save, okay, in the same place. Okay, now see, another book has been created just now, 1131. See, from 1 KB, it has transformed to 10 KB. Why? Because now this is a now this is a now this is has converted to an Excel file, guys, Excel worksheet. So when you're working in SQL also or Python also, you will always see like that the best practice to deal with the data is CSV files. Even if you go to any website like Kaggle or something, like when you try to download any dummy data set, you will always see that's in a CSV file, because this is the lightest version of the data. Why? Because the data is segregated into comma separated ways, like based on commas, and that is why this is the lightest version to deal with. Now, when you start working in an Excel sheet, what happens is so many different pictures comes into picture. Why? Because in Excel, you will have an interface. Inside the interface, you have so many different formats. So all this color coding, this or these are the things what Excel in his backend engine captures and remembers. That is why whenever you open and you try to see the info, this is 544 KB. Because why this has increased? Because it has captured so many different formattings, data, all this has captured. So that is why it is so much of the things. But for a CSV, it is simple and one single file, no multiple sheets. So one single file, and it will capture the columns on a comma separated value. That is one. Okay, so you can utilize in that fashion also, or whenever you try to see a comma separated values, put it in Excel and can start working on it, or in any application. That's the difference basically. Okay, because it saves a lot of spaces also. Okay, moving on with our next topic. Okay, now let's start off with. So we have understood the 5 formats, columns, rows, and everything we have just understood. Now let's understand from the top of the application, what are the different things we have over here. So on the very top over here, as I just mentioned, autosave. This is a particular feature which actually helps you to save the data in OneDrive file. Now, what is the benefit of it? Every time when you open an Excel sheet and start working on it, you need to always, if you forget any time, like, pressing controls as your data is gone, you accidentally close this. And if you accidentally click on don't save, all the changes what you have made, it's gone. Now, if you just click on auto save, by default, any changes in 1 or 2 minutes, automatically OneDrive starts saving it in its cloud. Okay, that's a difference between the two. Okay, if you want something in that fashion, because sometimes most of the times you will see in your company data, they will tell you to save it across in OneDrive or something. That is why they are telling you to save it across. Like click on OK, and you don't need to worry about the manual control S kind of a feature. Okay. After that, on the right hand side, you have the save button. That's the like basic understanding everybody is having. Then comes our undo and redo. What is this? Now over here, a data is there. I delete this off. Okay. And if I want to do this again, I want to bring back the data again. What I press in Excel, there's a shortcut called as Control Z. If I do this, the data is back. Okay. I delete this off, and the data is gone. Now, can you see if I do Control Z before that? Okay, again, I'll show you. Over here, one arrow was there. This undo button is there. And this is failed currently. Now, again, I bring back. Can you see this? Like the button has been activated. Now, what is the difference between it? It is redo and undo. Whatever you have done, okay, whatever you have done, you want to accept it. This is what it is, or you want to undo it. Click on this, it will be coming back to it. It is simply in your keyboard when you do Control Z. Over here, see the formatting was changed. Okay, if I do Control Z again Control Z, it will come back to the previous version, guys. So always remember, whenever there will be sometimes that you might have done a mistake, okay, and you want to undo it, always think what was the last change what you have made and where you have made. Okay. Okay, what was the last change what you have made and where you have made? Always remember that. So now, based on that logic, if you have the data over here, accidentally you have done the delete of the operation. Do Control Z, then you save it off. If you save it off, now from here, your sheet has been initialized. I mean, now this is the base 0, like the memory location has been saved off. That means this is your initial place. You Control Z, again the next stage will go there, like whenever the last thing what you have done. So like this, it will work like that. So remember of your Control Z, guys. Whatever the last action what you have done, it will start like one by one, it will start deleting that or coming back to it. Okay, now after that, if you want to save it off, please save it like this. Done. This is the final version, you will have it. Okay, so control plus Z to undo anything. So this can be done with the help of Excel shortcut, also with the help of this particular feature over here. Right? Over here. See, typing Control Z. If you do anything, Control Z, if you do it, it will come back. Okay. Undo it basically. So you over here you have the undo and redo button. Okay. After that, you have a folder over here. Now, what is this? So over here, the first time when we open the file, after that, there are so many different options. And over here, there is a third option called as. So we have explored the new one. If you want to create a blank workbook or any other referred files over here in Excel. So these are already custom based, file formats guys. You can explore these in your free time. So you have the formula based Excel sheets. This is a dummy data set called as Blue Sales Report. If you open this, it will give you a dummy data set like this. Very, very useful data over here. Okay, products, customers, top 10 customers, top 10 like this, slicers, filters, all these things are there. So this is a dummy data set you can use for your practice also. So very useful data. So this is how the format. This is a custom one. Okay, you can you open this also, or you can basically open anything which you require. Now from where you will get it. So over here in the workbooks section, the files what you have currently. So as you can see, 7 on the 7th date, all these files are over here. So I have dealt with all these files today. So that is why these are your quick access feature which is showing you. Now, if you are not interested in the workbooks, you want to go to the folder. You can go to the folder and get the data, right? Also, anytime, suppose you want to browse or you want to search the data, where will you go? You will go to browse. It will open a like pop-up, like a folder location. You select anything, click on open, it will open that file. Also, if you have anything in the cloud, in the OneDrive file, you can get it from there as well. Correct? So that's your folder option over here. After that, there is a drop down and it says custom quick access toolbar. Now, what is this basically? Over here, whatever features we were discussing over here, these small parts over here, all these features comes under the quick access toolbar. So this is the part where these features are enabled. The automatically save this one, open, save, undo, redo. That is why you're able to save. Okay. Okay. Now from here, if anything, if I just this open, okay, open folder, if I click on it, now see it's gone. Why? Because I just unchecked it. Again, if I click on it, it will be again visible. Like this, anything which you quickly want, like every time you want to do, like you are not interested to go to file and just search the data and you want to work on it. Don't worry, go to custom quick access toolbar feature. This is a toolbar basically, and you are customizing it basically. So you click on it. So every time, suppose you think like you want to do emails very frequently, just put the button over here by just clicking on it, and that your job is done. You don't want it, uncheck it, it's gone. Okay, so that's your quick access toolbar feature over here. After that, starts off with your file name. Okay, so that's it will show you where and which location your file is there, and version wise it is showing like this. Okay, now after that, what is the part over here? That's a search. Anytime, suppose you want to sort something, you want to find something, this is like this search feature for you. Okay, suppose out of all these many features in Excel, like a tab, inside a tab, multiple features are there. You have a formula, under the formula you have so many different types. You don't want it. So suppose you want to search show formula, show formulae, right? It comes in like it shows it to you. Okay, just for searching purpose, guys. Okay, anybody who's new to Excel or want to quickly search something, don't want to navigate around it, they can utilize this particular feature, right? So that's the search button for you. On the right hand side, extreme right, your account information, right? Then minimize, enlarge, and close button. Okay, done. Now just after that comes these particular section. Okay, from where the functionality of Excel actually starts up, right? So this particular feature, like the functions, what you can see, file, home, insert, draw, all these particular things comes under the Excel ribbon section. Okay. Now, what do why I call it like a ribbon? Like it is basically like, it's like a very interactive way. Like if you double tap on any of the things, it comes out, it goes back. Okay. That's the beauty of it. Okay. It's a ribbon part. It is just hanging below you about all the features. If you want to look at, if you want to have it, you can just keep it like this. If you don't want to have it, double click on any of the them, double click, and it will just hide it off. Again, you click one time, you you click once, you work on some of the features, and you're done. Come back to the Excel sheet, click on any space, it will go back. Okay, double click again, it drops back. So it's just like a ribbon, like dropping mechanism kind of a feature. Okay, and inside it, you can easily customize it according to your wish. Now, what I mean by customizing. So over here, all these features are there. These are made available to us. That is why you're able to see. Now, how to activate and deactivate all these features? Go to File, go to Accounts, go to Options. In Options, you have the Custom Ribbon part. Okay. After all this middle part below the advanced part, your custom ribbon and quick access toolbar, right? This particular small drop down, which is grayed out right now, like fail. This is your quick access toolbar over here. You can edit, you can check, you can add something, add it, select, add, it will get added over here. Okay. You click on OK, come back, see that feature has been enabled over here. Right? You don't want it, options, quick access toolbar, select, select, remove, it comes back and click on OK. So we'll do that later on. So now in the customized ribbon, what I was talking about, anything which we want, we can enable it. Anything which we don't want, you can disable it. Now from here, suppose this developer tab, which is for the VBA section of Excel. If you don't want it, click on it, like uncheck it, click on OK, and it's gone. Right? If you want to enable it again, go to File, Options, Customize Ribbon, click on it, and click on OK, and it will again come back to its position. Now, this way you can populate your ribbon part, or you can just delete anything which is not necessary for you as of now. You can do that. Like it's just upon you how you want to fill up your space like this. Okay, as per your requirement, right? Unnecessary why to cover this whole part with all this. So that's the ribbon part for you. And now in this particular part, you have so many different features. Inside the feature, inside each labels, you have so many different things to explore in Excel. Correct? So starting off, we have already seen what is the file. So I'll quickly take you through. So home, you have seen, new, you have seen, open, you have seen, anything which you want to open. Info basically gives you the file information, who is the author. Also, sometimes you see whenever you get a file from someone. So this is a signature part. Okay. Anybody, anytime, if somebody shares you the data, until unless it has been created by you guys. Okay. The last modified section always will be there, but sometimes if the author is not you, you will see that data is like. So this is like a signature method for you. Okay, you cannot change it. You cannot directly try to change, or if you want to remove or something like that, you can do it, but by default it will be always there for you. That's like a signature part for you. Okay, so that way you can utilize see wherever this particular file has come from, who is the author, file size, last modified, everything, all these things are there. If you want to protect it, if you want to upload this data to anywhere, copy this path. Sometimes we need the path wise. So this is also the place to copy get the path for this. Okay, copy local path, open the file location. This is the place for you. Okay, sometimes we need it for our if you want to get this file out of folder location. So this is the way you can get it. So this is your info part. Okay. After that, there is two
Hello.
options. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I have one question. Just now we can see that last modified by option.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we see which cell has been modified by whom?
Which cell has been modified. So this particular feature will get activated once you try to upload the feature in the cloud version. In Excel currently, we don't have that, you will not be able to see that. But in cloud version, if you have it, you will get it. So for that, you need to save it off and put it into the Excel cloud version. From there, you can get that. Okay.
Okay.
In Excel, normally you will not be able to see that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now coming back to the like see all the things like how you want to save and all that. Also, you can see the version history. Okay. So for that also, uh, so the person who was asking, you can see that view and restore the previous version. All these things will be available in the OneDrive. Okay. So for that, you need to save it off in OneDrive. Then only all these things will be available. Okay. Normal in Excel, we will not have all the features. Right. So for that, you see, turn on version history. Everything is available once you save the file in cloud. Okay. Now, over here, as you can see, there is save and save as. Okay. Now, for this, suppose if you have a brand new file, suppose the Excel workbook is there, and you want to save this particular file. So let me take you through Excel, new and workbook. Okay. Now, this is can you see the workbook name has been changed book 2. Okay. Now, if you think you want to save it off, okay, click on it and it will try to give you the name of it. The first time when you try to save any data, it will directly come back to save as. Why? Because first of all, you need to save the file into some name, then only it will help you to do that. Whenever you try to save this, it will directly jump back to save as. Currently, it did not happen, sorry. But every time, whenever a brand new worksheet, if you open and try to save it, it will directly jump back to save as. Why save as? Save as is assisting you to name that particular file. Once the first time, if you reject it, after that, by default, it will be always saved by book 2 only. Okay. So the first time when you try to save something, jumps back to save as, put any name or something so that you can recall that particular file. And after that, you can easily save. After that, the save button will get activated. Save means whatever new changes you do it will save it. But save as helps you to save that particular file into a particular location with a particular name and everything else. Okay. After that, we have a feature called as save the file as like a Adobe PDF file. That's the feature for you because I have the feature enabled in Excel, so that's right. You have a print option. Anything which you want to print, that's will be coming to you if you have any data. Currently, we don't have anything to show. That's why it is black. Let me click over here and try to show you. So see, we have the information. That's why it is showing you over here, and you can do anything on. Okay. If you want to share this file, email, share it with anyone, create a PDF or save to cloud, you can do this. Again, share the file with the help of PDF Acrobat. That's there. Export the file, creating in PDF, changing the file type, creating PDF. You can do it. And if you click on close, you're out of this particular feature. Okay. From this application will be out of it. Okay. Account information, as I just mentioned, licensing information, all these things will be available to you over here. Background, color changing, you can do that black to gray or white, like the normal ways. You can do that as per your wish. After that, you have the options of it. So anything in the back end of Excel you want to manipulate until unless, and also guys, that's a warning for you. If you don't know it, don't change the settings. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to handle. Okay. So over here, if you think that, okay, I know a little bit of Excel and I can do that, then only confidently do or take a help of someone. Okay. So over here in the general part, user interface is there. All these things are already being there, collapsed, driven, and all these things. If you want to enable, you can do that. Automatically, it will be collapsed. So everything you try and test, but don't, you know, just don't forget it that you have done this change and all. Otherwise, next time when you open or do something with the file, you might face some problems. Correct. So by default, what is the font size, normal view or page breakout view, all these things will be there. Who is the username of this particular file? What are the features? These are there in the general. Formulas, how your formulas will be behaving. Over here, can you see this automatic, then automatic expert, and then your manual? These three are very different. Okay. Now, if you click on manual, and what happens is every time, if you click on manual, what will happen? Whenever you write a formula, until unless, so if I click on OK, let me show you. So suppose I have done the sum over here. Done. Okay. Now I change this. I change this. Can you see the formula is not automatically calculated? It should have calculated, right? But it did not. Why? Because I have changed it to manual. Now click over here, F2, press enter, then only it will activate. So that is the difference between the manual and the automatic. That is why whenever you write a formula, just because the setting has been changed to automatic, that's why you're able to write the formula and automatically it gets calculated. Now over here, if you go to formula, calculate options, if I click to automatic, see guys, that was available in the options. Now I'm changing it from the calculation part under the formula section, under the calculation option, after the formula editing and everything, click on automatic. Now it is getting changed automatic. Okay, that's the difference. When you know the changes, how it is going to impact, then only do. Otherwise, I would say not to do it. Okay. So that's the way you can change your formula settings, maximum iterations, changing all these things. These are some of the options which you can explore, but be cautious about it. Data, what is the layout, all these things. This is the place. Proofing, you have auto correction and uppercase, all these things. These are the errors what whenever it throws, right? This is the place you can change it, like the Excel corrections and formats and everything. Saving, where it will save, how frequently it will save, which location, right? All these features are over here. You can change or do alter according to your wish. Language, in which language it is currently showing, preferred language, accessibility. Okay, then advanced section. Under the advanced section, over there, so many different features. How many cells and everything will be getting affected, and all these things like moving of the cursor, logical or visual. Everything depends on how you change this over here, and automatically it will be impacting your in the application. Okay. So these are the features, and from here at the very last, we will be exploring this also from here, edit custom list. Okay. This when we will be utilizing our sorting classes. At that point of time, we'll be exploring this, how to manipulate this and how it can help us in our work. Okay. This will be exploring custom list. Okay. After that, as I mentioned, custom driven quick access toolbar we have already done. At the very last, okay, we have add-ins. Now, what is add-in? Add-ins are basically anything additional in Excel which is not currently available. If you want to make it available, you can select it from from here. Like currently this is available in the comps add-in. Click on comps add-in, click on go. Out of the options, it will ask you which of the options you want to enable. Currently, I have done the power pivot. So that's why you can see power pivot is there, power maps, PDF Maker of it admin add-in is already there. That's why these are already there. Click on OK and it will be already available in your window. So that's how you can utilize the add-ins also. Okay. In suppose in the VBA pack, correct? Like this is some VBA add-ins, Excel add-ins are also there. So click on Excel add-in. From here, if you want some additional like analysis tool packs, VBA packs, all these things are you want to enable. Click on OK. Like just by checking like this, click on OK, it will be enabled for you. Okay. That's the options, accounts and options for you. So these are the ways you can do it. Trust center, nothing to worry about for you. So that's it. Now, file section has been done. Now let's come back to home section. From here, our exploration starts off. Like from here, each and every part, any feature which we already have in Excel, will be start exploring them one by one in our future classes. Now, just below the ribbon section over here, so under the each and every section, you can see all these features are there. Now, just below it, you have a section called as name box. If you just put your mouse like this, just put your mouse like this. This is called a name box. Now, what is the use of this particular thing? Imagine you have a data like this, okay? And if you think that, okay, every time I want to select the data and automatically some name should come. Okay. In later classes, you will know that what is the benefit of naming some range. So this is the place you can do it. I want to change this to ABC. Press enter and done. Sorry, you want to change like if you get a data and if you want to change something like this, you can do that. Okay. Already a cell has been already named with ABC. That's why the moment I selected ABC, it is there. Fresh, like the first time when you do something, when you name something, it will always capture the name. From where I can get this, go to formula, come to the name manager under the defined names, go to name manager, click on it. You can see all the different names over here. You select anything, click on edit. It will give you the range and all these things. See, name and the the range over here. I want to edit this. Click on OK. Now it has been changed. Click on close. When I select this range, I can see Kunal 1 is there. So from name manager, I edited something and it got changed over here. Click on it, delete it. It will throw you like a warning. Click on OK. Your file name is gone. Okay. Sorry, I think there's another name. Let me delete that also. Yeah. Now there is no name over here. Again, if I put like table 1 like this. Okay. So over here, I have just changed it to table 1. Okay, I think I have already also table 1 over here. So, let me again put my name again. That. So always think that if you have a data, have a unique name over there. Okay. That's also a reminder for you. If you try to give anything like already, so suppose if all these names are already there in your sheet, it will refer you back over there. So this is also a searching mechanism for you as well. That if you search something like table 1, I searched, I was trying to put table 1 over here. And accidentally I did not remember that okay, table 1 was already present. I put table 1 and enter. It has jumped from that particular sheet to workbook theme over here because I have already made a table 1 file, like a table over here with the name table 1. That is why it has jumped to this particular place and referring it to you. Right? That way you can name something, change something, edit it, select it, edit it, put some random name, click on OK, and your job is done. Now your table name has already been changed. Right? So this way you can change in the name box over here. Very handy feature. Click on the drop down, all the table names are available to you. Why? Because we have given some name to the range. That's why. Okay. And then on the right hand side, you can see there's fx, but fx, which is called an insert function. And on the right hand side, if I just hover on this particular box, long box, it is telling me formula bar. Okay, this is your formula bar. Over here, anything, if you just write or edit or anything, press enter, it will directly impact that particular cell. Very much needed in our coming classes, because everything, whenever you are at a particular cell, whether it be a formula, whether it be a normal date, this is the place it will always show. You can always click like this drop down over here, make it smaller, or manually if you try to adjust it like that. Sometimes if you have written a very big formula, you can just drag this formula bar and you can edit it as per your requirement. Okay, very needed feature for Excel. Okay, now coming back to this particular way, please, you already know that these are column names. Over here, these are rows, correct? And after that, on the very corner, if you just click on this, what is happening? Currently, I'm selecting like this, one column, it is getting selected, correct? One row like that. If I just click on this particular place, what happens? All the 10 lakh rows, all the 16,000 columns gets activated in one shot. Very much needed when you apply any filter or something, or if you think that there are some spaces or blank columns or something are already there in your data, come over here, click on this corner part, all the data sets get selected. Now, if you think that if you want to apply a particular filter, it gets activated on all the cells. If the data is there, it will get applied. Just because over there is no column header, guys. But see, the filter has been applied. That's a quick way, I would say. So whenever you have some spaces or columns, anything, don't worry. Click on this column part, apply the refilter or something. It will get applied anywhere the data is present. Okay. And by default, it will always give you the first row itself. The first row, the filter will get applied. All right. That's all. Okay. Any questions, guys, till here? Any doubts? Anything? Any doubts you have?
Kunal, can you move a bit slower? Here, like
Oh,
going
okay.
so fast.
Got it. Oh, I'm going little faster. Okay.
Sometimes it takes some time to catch
Got it.
through also.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Okay. So now, as you can see that this is the feature. Till here, we have explored the application from the top, like the auto saves, save button, folders, name of that particular file, what we are dealing with. Then we have the ribbon part. Each and every part, like the under the ribbon part, you have different features. One feature, like talks about formulas. One feature talks about the data, right? And everything is different from the other. Okay, inside each and every part, you have the different features, as you can see. As per our requirement, we'll go over there and we'll be working on as per our requirement. Right? After this, on the bottom part, you have like the formulas and name boxes, and also the interface, the canvas part. Okay, the Excel interface where the rows and columns we. After that, on the right hand side, extreme right, you have the scroll bar. You can scroll anything over here. And then on the bottom, you have the sheets over here. Each and every sheet, you can just toggle one by one like this. Okay. And every sheet talks about the data or whatever you have. You want to enter anything, you want to do like, insert any data or anything you want to write like numbers or something, you can play around. Correct. That's the beauty of this. Now, after that, over here, these are called subsheets, as I mentioned. Okay. If you want to open any worksheet, like, add any worksheet, what will you do? Two ways you can do it. Right click. And after that, you can insert basically. Okay. Now it will give you a pop-up. What is the pop-up? Like options like worksheet, chart, and some other examples over there. So currently we'll be dealing with the worksheet. Click on OK, and your worksheet will be added. Otherwise, the quick way of adding any worksheet is basically this small plus button. Okay, just by hovering the mouse on it only, you will be able to see that this is a new sheet. Okay, just by clicking on this, and a new sheet has been created, sheet 1. Okay, now always understand, whenever first time you are opening any particular sheet, okay, a workbook, sorry, workbook has been opened, and over here, suppose in the workbook already some worksheets have been written some names. Okay, right click, rename, click on the rename, and you can rewrite the names over here. Okay, now you get a workbook. Over here already worksheets are already present. Suppose someone has shared it. Now you have started editing that particular file. The first time when you click on this new worksheet, sheet 1 will come. Similarly, every time when you click on this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like keep on, it will get added. Okay, it can keep on adding. So something around 256 sheets, subsheets you can add, most probably. Okay, something like 256 sheets you can at max you can add it, and that's at max you can go up to that. Okay, but as per the experience, I would say, guys, remember always in Excel, when you're dealing with Excel, make sure your file is always on the lighter side until unless you have some huge data set you're working on. Try to make the file less than 30 MB or 40 MB. As per the experience, I would tell you, if it crosses the 50 MB mark, okay, after that, it becomes huge, like, problem to deal with that particular file, right? Because of Excel file is made to deal with the data. That's absolutely correct. But if it exceeds your, data capturing methods like, 40, 50 MB, would advise you try to break the data into different workbooks. Why I'm saying like that? Because there is, so currently you can see I can work till 16,000 rows, right? I have the capacity to work on these many rows over here. Yeah. I have 16,000 rows, 10 lakh, 10 lakh rows and 16,000 columns to work on, correct? But never think that I can utilize the full data over here. And also I can utilize 256 plus sheets you will start adding. You can easily work on it. Never, don't think in that way. You your file will crash like anything. Okay. Always try to stick 30, 40 MBs. After that, if it increases, please plan your data management properly. Okay, try to segregate the data or separate the data into 2 sheets or 3 to 4 sheets. Okay, don't just club into one sheet. Now, if you really think that, okay, I need to think of something like, like the data management issue, do one thing, then think of using Power Query. Okay, from here, whenever your data becomes larger, from here, your data should be always organized into a different fashion, which is the best method for Excel currently is the data modeling. With the help of that, use data modeling aspects and put the data in Power Query mode. What will happen here is your data will be stored in a model view. Okay, so let me quickly show you what I mean by that. Just a moment. Suppose this is the Power Query we have. Okay, so let me quickly show you. In the backend, we have the data already in our queries. Okay, and as you can see, so many different data have been loaded. Let me show you the file size of this. So this is a file size of 24 MB, 24.8 MB. Okay, and I have loaded all this data into the Excel engine. Okay, Excel engine I have already stored over here, as you can see, already been stored. But this particular file, what you're currently looking at. Let me look at the file size, 75.5 KB. Can you imagine? This data is loaded in the Excel engine in the backend, but it is not impacting the Excel file, what we are currently using it. It is not impacting in any way. That's the beauty of the Power Query. From here, when you think that, okay, I need to prepare some data, collate everything, I have to consolidate the transactions. So over here, as you can see, there are transactions being recorded for at least 2 to 3 years. Okay, 2 years suppose. Okay, and there are lakhs of rows are there, right? So that's the beauty. You have to think of working on that. 2 lakh rows are being there. Okay, but my file size is pretty small. Nothing is like 75 KB is nothing, right? Now, only until unless if I load this data to a table, okay, like a new worksheet, if I just load this data, until unless if I load this data, my Excel sheet is literally light. Now see, I'm loading this much of data with the help of relationships and everything into Excel file. Click on save. Okay, click on save. It's saving it. Now see what will happen to the data. It has directly jumped from 75 KB to 10.6 MB. So this is what we are going to learn, how to manipulate or manage huge chunk of data, okay, with the help of building relationships, right? With the help of making models, we'll be creating some models also, okay? We'll be relating out sorry. Yeah, so the relationship is currently not being made. So all these models will be showing it in our future classes that how the relationships are being built. And from there, you will have different methods of building the relationships. Will be dealing with that also. So this is the beauty of it. So now I have deleted that file, saved off, and see the info. Now it has increased to 1.56 MB because we have just loaded that data. That's why it has done it, because in the backend it has created a connection. That's why. So until unless the data was loaded, it was like this. You don't need to necessarily load the whole data. You can either create also. You can create a smaller pivot table also. Small pivot tables. Create a small pivot table and you can start working on it also. So we are going to explore all these things in our data. Okay, how to load the data, work on it, and all these things we are going to explore. Hey, so that's how you have to manage the data. Okay, right. So that is one part of it. Okay, so over here, all these sheets are there. So that, as I was mentioning, be very cautious about your data. All right, and yeah, that's there. Now coming back to our topic of discussion, that over here we were discussing about the sheets over here, different sub sheets, right? Now you can either toggle like this, clicking one like this, okay, or on this arrow bar, right click, you can easily scroll up and down and navigate between all the names. Anything, any name you click on it, click on OK, it will jump back. Right? That way you can navigate around your Excel files also. The Excel subsheets, what we are talking. Correct. And on the very last, if I just right click on it, you have the custom status bar. So this black colored part over here, right, where the ready and this this small button kind of place starts off. This is your status bar. Under the status bar over here, there is a ready mode or something like that is there. So sometimes when you have some heavy Excel formulas being calculated, sometimes you will see that this is not ready. Yeah.
Hello? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
repeat on thing? I couldn't catch your point.
Oh, which part? Which
Like
part?
status or like something. You said.
Okay.
Status.
So status. So status bar is basically the last under this particular window of this Excel workbook. This is the last part. If I just keep your mouse like this, okay, bring your mouse like this, just below the subsheet's name, like this. Right click, slowly right click on the mouse. You will have this long drop down over here. Okay, and inside this particular drop down, you will have all these features which are currently being active. You can see all this over here. So that's why all these things which are currently active, you can see. So currently you can see minimum and maximum. It is not there. Let me click on this. All right. It is clicked. Now it is all ready. Okay. Now let me take you to a report. Okay. I select this range. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I've selected this range, right? What you can see, average, count, numerical count, sum, correct? Only these things. Come to this black space over here, right click, click minimum, maximum. You can see all these features, min, max, everything is visible. Very much handy whenever you're working on some data. Suppose somebody has asked, okay, so someone has asked you your data, right? Like this is such a long data. And after that, someone is asking you, can you tell me what is the min and the max of this whole data range? Or some, for that matter, you want to validate what is the sum of this data. Until unless you write in a sum function, suppose there is a, like already sum function is there, but there is no sum function written. But you want to manually check. Sometimes we need to validate also, guys. This is also very best example to show you that sometimes we don't have a sum function in the bottom part, right? And the stakeholder or anybody asks you, okay, just quickly check that if the data is matching with this data or not. Then how will you do it? Select this range with the help of mouse or with the help of keyboard. So like bring your cell in the first cell, Control Shift down arrow, last enter data, it will first come down to, again press Control down arrow, Control Shift down arrow, jumps over process these spaces, comes back to the first data row, again Control Shift down arrow. Okay, comes to the last cell. I don't want that. I want till 21,000. Till 21,000 I want to stay there. Keep it like that. And now validate, is this particular sum is validating with the selected range or not? What is the min of the data? What is the max of the data? How many counts? So also this is also interesting, guys. Over here you have count of the data. Now what is count? Basically numeric count. Numeric count is basically which is in numeric, like numbers basically. So over here you can see all these are into numbers, 21,001. These are all numeric data. Anything which is space will not be considered into the count. We all know that. Until unless because this is a like a numeric function. So count basically counts the numeric data types, correct? Like number wise. That is why out of this 24 cells, right? Sorry, 22 cells, only 19 counts of data is available. And I can see the same count over here. If I write anything over here, ABC, any text data, also if I just hover around, can see the difference between the count and the numeric count. All these features activated from this part. Right click, status bar, all these features are there. If you don't want the numeric count, uncheck it, it is gone. If you want it, you can put it over there. Very handy to understand. Yeah.
It's a right click and the
Right click,
taskbar.
your
Okay.
custom status bar, not task, status bar.
Okay.
Custom status bar will get pop up. From here,
Okay.
you can either check or uncheck any of the options and it will get activated like that.
Fine. Got it.
Got it? Like that. That's all. So that's that. Yes, and also it is directly helping me to understand in this column how many are numeric counts? So count basically gives me all over the count, like anything, any cell where the data is filled. Normally the data is filled, it is coming under the count part. Numeric count is basically segregating the numeric and your count basically. So over here, normally the like anything, any data which is not blank, it is getting counted. So 21 counts of data is available out of 22, and 19 counts of the data is actually your numeric count. Right? So that's how. Over here, if I just overlap, like just select the data, I can see 3 counts of data. Both are 3. Now, if I just put a space, put some space using the space bar, enter, see how it will happen. Select the range, see. Now my count has been changed from 3 to 4. Why? Because Excel is thinking that space is also some value. That is why count has been changed to 4. But numeric count is actually 3 because there are 3, because space is not considered a numeric parameter. That is why it is 3. But the numbers, what you are currently looking at, this also, sorry, numbers already being counted as 4, like 3 counts, and also the space has been considered. That's why it is 4, but the numeric is only 3. Okay. Like that. Then you can see by selecting the overall data, you can see the average also getting activated, right? That's the beauty of it. And from the extreme left, you can see ready mode is there. Why? Because this is actually showing me that my Excel file is not busy with anything. Sometimes you might see this option is little different. Why? Because sometimes some heavy calculations suppose is going on. At that point of time, this will be not in ready, some other, for a fraction of second, you might see this is in different mode, but currently this is ready. So that's why it's here. This particular part over here, currently no macros are running. If you click on this, it will tell you that, okay, macro name, something like this is the, from here, the VBA part will start happening. And macro is basically the part where any repetitive task which you want to record from this particular button, you can do it. So this is basically recording of the macro. Macro means the regular task which you want, what we are going to do, it will record all the steps and will be captured under a particular name. Okay. If you click on OK and start working on it, this will become like this. Okay. Make it yellow. See, now this is changed to box. Click on it. Now it is done. It is being saved. Where will I get it? Macros. You will see this one. Now what will I do? Okay. Developer, macro, run. See, same method, what I just repeated, have been again done. Okay. And on the back end, if you want to see the code of it, if you want to see the code of this is the code in the back end. You have done, I have not done, I've written nothing, as you have just seen. I just did some manual steps, and in the back end, it has just recorded. So this is the recording of the macros, you call it, just like a automation what I have done. So macro is nothing but the automation which got recorded automatically, what I manually did. So that's the macro part. And over here, accessibility investigate, like, if you want to see any accessibility issue or something like that, these are some helping features of Excel. And then these are the parts where all your parameters, like helpful parameters, are there. If you stay on a blank place, it is all blank. Click on something, range or something, it gets activated. Okay. Then your normal view, your page layout, page breakup, as per, like if you want to print something. So if you click on this will be broken into different layouts. Like this is page 1, page 2, like that. This is your like if you want to break this into a page kind of thing. So for here, if you want to write the header, footer, you can write it out like you can write it out. Over here, you can write the page number. Like sometimes we write the page number 1 or something like that. You can do it like these features. And again, you come back to normal. can see the normal view is there. And then over here, the magnification part, zoom in, zoom out, all these features. You can either extend left and right or up and down with the help of this button over here, like this scroll bar. That's the overall, view window for the Excel application case. Okay. So guys, any questions till here? Any doubts?
Can you give quick summary of comma separated value? Like,
Oh,
some
fine.
basic. Next.
So comma separated value. So what is comma separated value? It is nothing but a particular file format, okay, which is
Okay.
which is very light, okay. And why this is
Okay.
different from Excel is basically, so Excel, the moment you open it, it has the ability to give you multiple worksheets, right? Worksheet under a
Yeah.
workbook, you have worksheets and all. But in
Yes.
CSV, you don't have it. That's the basic difference. In Excel, you have worksheets to
Okay.
be captured. In CSV, you don't have it. It's a one singular work, like a file. That also being segregated by commas. That also segregated by sorry. That also being segregated by commas over here. As you can clearly see, comma separated value. That is why it is 1 KB and a brand new Excel. So both the Excel file. This is Excel file, correct?
Yes.
Let me close it. That's 10 KB. And this is your book one in the comma separated value. Blank. In nothing is there. Book one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nothing
we
is there.
cannot create sheets, like a number of sheets.
No, you can like when the data gets captured, it is in one sheet only, one pager. Like you don't have
Okay.
multiple sheets to be captured
Sheet.
like that. And also the
Okay.
data is not what do you say? It is segregated with the help of commas. Like internally,
Okay.
if you capture some data in a CSV
Okay.
format, the data is being segregated by comma separated values method. Okay, not like in Excel workbook, like you have all this, different features. Like over here, this is a different font. This is a different font. So Excel backend captures all these different features. That's why its file size gets increased. But in a CSV, those things are not there. It's a one uniform format, and all the datas are segregated by commas. All right. That is why the beauty of it. And also that's a only one pager kind of a file. That is why if you want to club different files, you want to work on it, you have to create separate different CSV files. Okay.
How can I activate this function?
Uh, didn't get you, Vince.
How can I activate this function? Like,
Oh, okay.
how can
You
I
want
use
to
it?
activate. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have an Excel workbook, right? You open
Yes.
this,
Yes.
and after that you need to
Okay.
save it as. Okay. Now
Okay.
save before, like you want to save it something, like you have to go to save as, not save. Save will
Yeah.
automatically
Yeah.
save the data what you have. You have to
Yeah.
browse or something. Okay. After this, wherever you want to save that particular file, from here,
Okay.
change the save type from here to CSV file. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm changing the like the Excel file to a comma separated value. All right. I'm changing the
Got it.
file format. Got it. Click on
Got
save.
it.
Sorry. I need to make another file. Sorry. Changing to book two. Click on save. Done. Can you see book two? It's 1 KB. I have just selected. I have opened this Excel file, converted to a comma separated value. From 10 KB, it
Yes.
has transformed to 1 KB.
Yes.
That's all.
Excellent.
Okay. Like that. You will also get some working files also, everywhere. Like if you download anything in Kaggle or something like that, if you search the data, every time you'll see it is in a CSV file, right? So that's a lighter version of the file format, very lighter version. That is why every time you find any kind of formats, you will always get in CSV, not in Excel also, because Excel in the backend captures a lot of space, a lot of data, and the Excel engine actually gets heavier. So that's why it's people prefer the CSV method, right? If you work in Python, you deal with
Okay.
Python files or something. Every time you will see that CSV formats are being used. That's why. Okay, that's a basic difference. CSV only one single sheet format. Excel multiple worksheets format. workbook, on the side all the multiple worksheets.
No.
So, okay, guys. So let's keep our session till today as our first session, and from next session we'll dig into a little bit more of the different features of Excel, how different sheets can be done, what are the manipulations we can do on Excel file. Okay, uh, we'll deal some data wise cleaning activities, how we can clean up the data or something like that. We can do that. So yeah, let's meet next week and carry on with our next classes. Okay. Yeah. Any questions before we wrap up? Any questions, anyone?
So do I need laptop for next week's session?
Uh, it will be better if you have a laptop actually.
Better, okay. Currently
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
using
because
mobile version.
no. I would rather say, see, mobile wise, if you want to
Okay.
browse any file, that's okay. But when
Okay.
you want to do some operations, because I'll be sharing you exercises also, correct? At that point,
Okay.
of time, you have to see the file, you have to write the formulas, you have to see how it is behaving, correct? So
Okay.
mobile
Yes.
view is not recommended. I will definitely say try to get a laptop. Will be really helpful
Yes.
for you. Yeah,
Yes.
because the sessions will be starting, progressing from the next classes.
Okay.
So that time you definitely need something like a
What are the
laptop.
topics you're going to cover next week? Can
Okay,
you tell
so next week
the
we'll
topic?
start off with we'll start off with some working sheets, like how you can search the data, how basically a function behaves, and like smaller topics over here like renaming the files and all that. And after
Okay.
this we'll have a detailed session on the data cleaning activity, how different
That,
formats will be there over here, how you can deal with the formats. Okay, like if you want a particular, like this is the percentage format I wanted, but it's in decimal, how you can do that, correct? Over here another interesting part, over here your date is there, correct? If you click on
yes.
this filter, you see that date is mentioned like this, but
Yes.
there are three data which is in a different format. How you can deal with these formats and structure them. So these are the
Okay.
things which we are going to explore in from our next classes. And from there onwards, we will be full-fledgedly utilizing. So over here, as you can see, customizing your data formats. Over here, you have 0. That's why it is in blue color. Over here, this is a negative one. So anything you write in negative will be always in red color like that. Anything you write in a positive number, it will be green. Anything you write like apart from numbers, if you write some A, B, C like that. Sorry, over here it will throw you this one. Insert a valid number like this. These customizations we're going to learn from next sessions, right? So you can see the
Great. Great.
series filling and all that stuff. So okay, slowly we'll
Fine.
increase our difficulty one by one step. So
Yes.
nothing to worry about that, because as I mentioned, our classes will be starting from like a beginner approach to the advanced level, so that nobody is left out. Correct. That's okay. So fine, guys, let's wrap up for today and meet next week for our next session. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.